cook, which means the children would have to learn how to cook pretty early on. It's been my personal experience that women who've grown up in situations where they've had to be parents too soon, in other words, they've had to learn how to cook early for their parents, is typically not the best rearing of children. Because the reason that you're getting all the shit you're getting is because of the children anyway. And then to make your children cook for you, well, that's just lazy. Okay? Now, you might sit there and think, well, the woman on welfare is worse than me. That's probably your general notion of existence. Because people have this hidden superiority complex, especially quiet people. But no one gives a shit about theirs because no one fucking ever knows it. So these quiet people who sit in isolation with this superiority complex are quietly really arrogant fucks. I know one in particular who's a real expressive Jim. That's not his name, but let's just think about that for a minute. Let's say you got opinions that are wonderful, and you're Einstein. You're brilliant. Now, Einstein, if he wasn't able to communicate his intelligence, which he did correctly, I believe, for the most part, back in the 1800s. But, guess what? You know how much money we spent trying to prove Einstein wrong? Taxpayer dollars. Do you know how much money you spent, you old people, just to prove Einstein wrong just because some motherfucker didn't understand it? Trillions of dollars. Volumes of books. Brick upon brick of institutional framework constructed just to try to prove Einstein was wrong, and he was fucking right before the turn of the century. That is stupid, okay? Just like Ford not being able to make a fucking car without putting the cheapest goddamn seat. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to go to bed every night, okay, and go to sleep, I would think the mattress I buy should be the most expensive fucking thing in my house. Shouldn't it? That would be someone that takes care of themselves. Because they would want to get a good night's rest every night. So they would spend more money on a mattress than, let's say, a television. Alright? How many homes in America have you been in that have really expensive mattresses and no television? Not many. See, our priorities are fucked up. We're looking for something outside ourselves to give us value, give us worth, make us laugh, make us dance, make us cry, make us feel, do something for us. Fuck, we have become an automatic nation. And I don't know where you're living, but we're living in this reality space right here, where 1 in 62 children are born with autism. Now, I'm not saying anything about what causes it, because scientists and doctors that work for the government haven't told us because they won't, because they're assholes and they think that, well, it's just blah, blah. Fuck them. Fuck them. The reality is, no one wants to do anything for themselves. That's on a level, like a big level, okay? Because we're lazy, which is good to a certain degree, because lazy people make shit happen. Just look at computers. Computers weren't created by someone that really wanted to get out and row the hoe and fucking grow shit and work in the lawn and make shit the hard way and do everything themselves. I'm not one of those people. Unfortunately, I seem to be in that situation right now for unexplained reasons, other than you're an asshole. Asshole! That's just one. If I learn to do everything myself, then that means most of you will become obsoletely useless and worthless fucking human beings. That means you'll be no longer necessary. And if that's the case, then all I've got to worry about is traffic. And if I'm worried about traffic and I'm doing everything myself, then you're in the fucking way. And so then you become a useless blob of nothing shit, and then all I want to do is sit around and hope that you can drink the right substance and somehow cataclysmically disappear into the elbow glob of blah 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 and end up dead or gone or somewhere so that I can get to where I'm going quicker than I want to be. Because I don't like to plan, I like to drive fast, and I don't like to fucking make plans and do things and get a schedule and and I just really don't, unless it involves your time, and then I happen to have some sense of I don't know, morals that dictates that your time is important. At least it's more important than my time for some reason, because I seem to be caught in this dilemma where other people's time is more important than my own fucking time to my own fucking self. And do you realize how hard it is for me to fight to get time to myself? I don't know about you, but I don't know what you've been doing the last 40 years of your life, but I spent the last 4 years or so fighting a vicious fight just to fucking be left alone. Just to have some time by myself so I could contemplate the meanings of reality, and I figured it all out. Don't fuck with me. Okay? I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for one very special, very awesome, very loving, very interesting woman named my grandmother. And between my two grandmothers and my daughters, who are all 4 Sagittarius women, I have never missed a meal in 40 years. I've almost starved. I've been broke twice. All at the hands of Capricorns and Aquarian hookers. I will not let that happen again. So really, that's called knowing the self in relation to the universe. And it's this thing called a birth chart. Now, I know most people are not familiar with this thing called a birth chart because, well, I don't know. Because someone said it was bullshit. Someone said it was the devil. I'm not sure why. But if you do a birth chart and you really do it right, which I'm still learning, okay, you can learn amazing things about yourself. Save yourself a lot of time. The Magi's actually used the stars to figure out where Jesus' barn was going to be, according to the story, which was really a cave. But I digress. They used the stars to figure out where the party was going to be so they could then go take the infant child gifts. Now, why would people want to go and give a child gifts? Because they're smart. Okay? They're fucking smart. Because everything comes from children. And God. And us. But children create wealth by being born into the world. And their destiny is being planned while they're being created. And so having children is actually the secret to living an abundant life. Because each child has a journey that's their own. Now, I realize that these families today, in this world, false world, really are pricks to their own kids. And I'm just telling you, your children are the only reason that you even have $1 in your fucking account, okay? And by you being a dick to your own children, you are cutting off the spirit that is giving you what you so worry about and love. And that to me is bullshit. If you're, whatever tradition you're from, I'm not sure. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The whole premise, I think, unwritten, is that the children bring all those things you worry you're not going to get enough, all those things that your friends are going to steal from you anyway, all those things that you covet and crave, they come from children. Yet we treat children like they are imbeciles, and we control them, and we smother them, and we try to dictate choices for them, and by doing that, you're trying to kill them. And my hope, and I'll say it again, my hope is that those same children fucking kill you, because that's what you're doing to them. You're killing your own children. And by killing your children, you're killing your future. You're killing your happiness. You're destroying your own sanity. You're ruining your own mental peace of mind by harming your own children. And when I say harming your own children, I mean controlling your children mentally, emotionally, manipulatively, subliminally, over holidays, doorknobs, books, money, where to go to college. I don't fucking care which toothpaste to use. You are an asshole. So this is my public service announcement to you, and you probably will turn it off because I'm not wearing a suit, and so I don't have any fucking credibility because you're the same asshole that has to have costumes and props before you'll pay fucking attention. I like soccer, but not that much. Spring training is right around the corner. Texas Tech, I just hope wins. And I hope we get a team. But I mostly just hope Texas Tech wins. I want you to know that. That's how I feel about life. And as long as Texas loses and Texas Tech wins, I will be happy. And today is Saturday. And on Saturday, what I like to do is I play the Oregon fight song because I love Oregon. I love Oregon. And Oregon is... I didn't stop much, but I have relatives in Oregon. And I didn't stop to visit them, and I should have. Because Oregon is a great state. Oregon. You ever been to Oregon? You should visit Oregon. Smart people visit Oregon. Why wouldn't you visit Oregon? Go visit Oregon. I don't know why people live in places that they don't like to live. It's the same thing with the mattress. If a good night's rest is important to you and you care about yourself, you won't drive a Ford motor car because the seat sucks and your back is in the seat, and you will avoid having back surgery. And back surgery is a really bad thing. It fucking sucks. If you don't have to have it, don't have it. So why would you drive a Ford? Because you don't care about yourself. So that's how I look at things. I ride a bicycle. Why? Because I care about myself more than I care about you or anyone else, because that's smart. You should. And it's good for my legs, and it builds my glutes up so that when I can do full lotus eventually, which I'll be able to do eventually because I've done the work of riding the bicycle, then I will say to myself, good job, Matt. You did a good job. You didn't buy a Ford. You didn't get a shitty seat. You didn't have back surgery because it causes pelvic displacement, etc. And so this is how I look at things. And when I see people making unintelligent consumer choices, then I just choose not to do business with them. I don't hate them. I'm just like, this person obviously hasn't done their homework and they don't realize that Ford sucks.